Everyone. Thank you for joining today. I'm so excited to have Molly here. This is going to be awesome. If you don't know Molly, she's so energetic, so fun to be with.
And if you don't know Aniston, oh my gosh, she is amazing as well. She's even been to my house. I'm so thrilled to be connecting you with Aniston if you don't know her also.
Thank you. Yes, Molly is also known as the Prepared Performer on social. That is her business. She helps clients build out their, yeah, as you can see, help build out their business with organic social. And today we're going to dive into how to use AI to create high converting content. So we all know that AI is, buzzword right now. But we're going to dive into how to actually use it to create, powerful content and find that balance between using AI and maintaining that, super powerful human intelligence. So let's dive into it.
Yay.
If anyone wants to just drop, where they're listening from, I'm on the West Coast. Molly, you are too.
I
And
am. Yeah. Where do you
West
live?
Coast represent,
We are.
and just so excited to be here.
Yay. And I
So,
would love to know if where you're actually watching this because so just so that you know if you're watching this and you're like, wait a minute, they're saying hi to people that aren't actually watching this with me. You may be watching in a different location because we are using the magic of Restream to not only broadcast on Metricool's accounts, but we're also broadcasting on all of our accounts. So we are on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook groups, Twitter, even. Where are you guys broadcasting? We're in a million places.
that's so true.
So let us know. I love it. We've got Axel's here from Germany, which is so great. Hollywood, the UK, so good. I love it. Hey, Aniston, I also didn't ask you, but I like to do a little nugget giveaway on my videos. Would that be okay if we do a nugget giveaway?
Of course,
Okay,
yes.
so here, one second. I have to run. Okay, so this is my children's book. It's called Finding My Awesome. It helps you to be more confident on video or social media or just in your life. It's written for kids, but it's actually for adults. It's secret. So I'll give away a copy of this today. And then can we actually, before we jump into the slides and get to the really nitty gritty of this whole strategy, I've heard that you have another thing that you're actually going to give to everyone.
Yes.
Share that.
So, for those of you who are watching, we have a special code. If you use code Molly, you can try any Metricool premium plan 30 days for free. So make sure to use this and try it out because we have some really exciting new features in Metricool, which we will dive into later. But go ahead and try that code for 30 days for free.
Which is the best. So great. So I don't have the ability to give everyone here a book, but here's how you can enter to win a book. So Aniston's Santa Claus today, and I am just going to be awarding the winner of a prize. So here's how it's going to work. As I share these strategies today, Aniston, I know, is going to be jumping in and kind of giving me some extra tips on the Metricool side as well. We're going to be talking about how you can create high converting content and how you can schedule it immediately. So Metricool is my newest, most favoritist scheduling tool ever. They even the whole team came to our event with our glam members, which was super awesome. So we had them here at my home in March. So I really know the ins and outs of this tool, and I can tell you they're amazing humans behind the scenes as well. And when we share these nuggets with you today, what I would love you to do is just drop the hashtag nugget in the chat below and then share what it is that you're taking away from this video. This will do three things. The first is it helps us know what you're finding valuable so we can give you more of it. The second is that I talk really fast, if you didn't notice this already. It works kind of as a live transcription service so that everyone else knows what's important in case they miss one of the nuggets. And then the third thing is that it helps you to ground in what you're actually going to put into action. So Aniston, I've been really big on this one action step kick, which is from each training that you attend. My suggestion is that you pick at least one thing that you're actually going to put into action. And for today, my intention for you is that I'm going to say you're going to make at least 5K out of that one thing. So be ready to find that one thing. Are you going to look for one thing, Aniston?
Yes. Hopefully, probably more than one.
You're going to get like, that's the whole point. You're going to get like 100 and you're probably going to feel a little overwhelmed, but that overwhelm is a sign that you're on the right track because it means that there's so much possibility for you. So
Yeah.
go ahead and put the nuggets in the chat below and we'll come back. And don't let me forget, Aniston, at the end to pick a nugget winner.
Okay.
Cool. Awesome.
Yay.
Amazing. Okay, so am I able to start sharing? Is that okay? Great. I love it. Okay. So I'm going to screen share here. Oh, look at that. Hooray. We're going to be talking about my AI authority system. And really, this is combining who you are as a human being with the amazing tools that are available to all of us using AI, artificial intelligence, right? And I know this is a buzzword. I know everybody's talking about it these days. We've actually had an AI focused content club for almost 2 years now. So we've been playing in this space, and the new adjustments that Metricool just made to their platform with AI, oh my gosh, I played with it earlier this week and I was freaking out. So I'm so excited to share this with you. Now, if you've heard me talk about the AI authority before, you may hear some things that you're like, oh yeah, I've heard this before. That's also a good sign because I want you to put this into action. So just know the stuff that I'm going to share in the beginning. If you've been on some of my trainings, you may have heard before. We're going to get into a whole new thing that I've not shared anywhere else today. So know that there's lots of really, really juicy nuggets coming. And if this is your first time here with me, because you're here with Metricool, just type new in the chat because I would love to connect. So good. Okay. Yay. All right. So we're going to take a little cruise. What I like to do is recognize the fact that these changes are happening at such a rapid pace. And Aniston actually came on a pretend cruise to my home not too long ago. I love cruise ships. I worked on cruise ships. So we're going to slow this down a little bit. And I'm going to give you a really step-by-step action plan for you to be able to put this all into action so that you get real results from it. And results for me don't mean just the fact that you're posting. It means that you're turning your posts into actual sales. So this is, you can take a screenshot of it right now. This is our entire system that we use with AI from batch content creation to content repurposing. And today I'm going to go kind of fast through some of these. We're really going to focus on how we can create and schedule the content across all platforms just like that. What I love to do is we meet once a month to schedule our content out for the next month. So if I'm not teaching the process, if I'm just doing it myself, I can get about a month of content in under an hour. It's really like riding a bike. Obviously, you can see there's lots of little steps in here. Once you learn the piece of the, all the pieces of the puzzle, then you'll start to be able to do it at lightning speed as well. Please promise me that you'll treat this like a parfait, and you can start right at the top with action step number 1. Then you get that down, you move to action step number 2. Okay. So know that we're going to go through the whole entire thing. All right. I also know that with all of these AI tools, sometimes we start to attract these things that I call busy balls. So if you've ever had busy balls, type busy balls in the chat. They're kind of like boomerangs because they tend to bounce back. And the one thing that I want to make sure that I'm not doing today is giving you all of these tools that you now collect in your pile of tools that you're not actually doing anything strategically with. You're just like sitting on all these tools. I want to make sure that you're streamlining your tool system, your toolkit, and then putting it into an actual system. So please let me know that I'm not alone with the busy balls. And I want to give you a little bit of a warning as well. When you decrease the time that you spend creating content, you increase the time that you spend with your family. Ah! Right? Now, what'd you say?
What a concept.
What a concept. I know, which may seem scary for some of us, right? But my whole goal is that you're able to use these strategies so you can get your life back. Most of us are trying to show up on social media so that we can actually build something that we love, not just to like spend all of our time on social media. So you get more time with your family. You also get more time to play around. So this here is what happened for us when I decided, you know what? Facebook is now monetizing Reels. RIP, they're not doing it anymore. But I love being an early adopter. So I was like, let me see if I can figure this thing out. So I scrolled through my phone. I found a weird video of something that I'll tell you about later. And I was like, I bet this would make a really good reel. So I posted it on my Facebook page just to try out the system because I have extra time to play around. And I believe the more fun you have, the more money you'll make. Well, in this moment, it definitely happened. This video hit a reach of 39 million. When I took this screenshot, it was right at 35 million. It ended up going all the way up to 39 million, and Facebook paid us $30,000 for it.
Wow.
I still have a really hard time believing that that's real, but it is really real. I was able to donate a big chunk to the dance studio that I grew up at, and also to our client, Mark, Mark Brooks has this amazing organization called the Cascade Relief Team. So when you allow yourself time to play, things like this can happen as well, but you have to have the system behind the scenes in order to give yourself that time. And I want to tell you that type of posting is not my main strategy, but because of what I did with that video, the strategy that I'm going to show you today, last July, we were able to bring in $321,000 in 1 month with only 3 sales calls. So I'm really obsessed with helping you to be able to show up more like an actual human and then put the system behind it so that you can make more sales without selling your soul to Mark Zuckerberg. Okay. All right. These are some of the clients that we've supported. You may recognize some of these rock stars, like actual rock stars like Sean O'Liu, who we helped get a spot on the new Mickey Mouse Club. He's now like opening for Leanne Rimes and cool things like that. Also, Dr. E, who just hit like 470,000 followers on TikTok. Just this week, she had another video hit 3.9 million, just showing up and providing value. And you may recognize this guy, Jeff Walker. We did his entire launch. We put the whole thing on Facebook for him. They did about $1 million in just that 1 week using this strategy. So some really cool people that we've helped. And you may have seen, I've been on some fancy stages, which is cool and fun. And I did start on stages. So this is me in the national tour of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang over here on the left singing Toot Sweet. And the reason that I'm showing you this is because you may be picking up on the fact that I am a musical theater cuckoo bird. And if that's what you're picking up on, you're totally right. That's just who I am. That's the way it's going to be. All right. Now I have a secret here. When we put this strategy into action, this secret may increase your visibility. It may increase your engagement. It's probably going to increase your sales, and it may make you feel really uncomfortable. So you may be like, oh my gosh, what the heck is happening? I am getting hater comments. So I don't know, Aniston, if you guys talk about this very often, because Aniston actually did a presentation at our event about some really powerful stats on TikTok, and maybe we'll get you to come do that for the rest of our community because it was so awesome.
I would love to.
Okay, amazing. But
if that means coming back to your house, then absolutely.
I mean, we could talk about that too. So one thing that totally blew my mind was all of the hater comments I started getting once this happened. This is one of my favorites. This girl annoys me, LOL, but she's got good advice. And if she can do it, you can too. To which I said, you guys know that I can see what you write when you share my posts. My blend of crazy isn't for everyone, but I'm glad you were able to find some helpful nuggets. Grateful for the share, right? So this was way back in the day, and they just kept coming. This funny, not attractive, this repetitive, not attractive, but funny person is getting hidden today. I've seen this 50 times, and her lisp is irritating. I would rather be funny than attractive any day, first of all. Second of all, I've had dentures since I was 12. So if you feel uncomfortable showing up on camera and you're worried that maybe somebody's going to comment on something like this, know that you will be fine. Know that it actually means that you're in the right place. I'm not going to go through all of these, but I have a lot of other hater comments. And they make you feel a little icky at first, but eventually you realize they're actually your biggest gift. So this person said this comment on a YouTube video of mine, which was, "You talk too much. That's how you make money, and it's annoying." So then I replied to him and said, "I'd like to personally thank you for inspiring our most liked post of the year. The Chatty Moneybags marketing coach costume was a hit." Ta-da! So we turned that content into this little viral thing that was happening over Halloween. It includes a banana phone, because we use banana phones to call up our future gratitudes, 20 pairs of sparkly pants, 200 talk too much templates, an extra bucket of personality, and a bag of Brussels sprouts. And I'll explain the Brussels sprouts later. My husband then made me add car keys not included. She can't find them. So when you can take your haters and celebrate them, make fun of yourself, this is a really good engagement strategy. So look at the bottom of this, 433 likes, 122 comments, and then 4 shares. Pretty good, right? To take a hater and turn them into this. Oh my gosh, I love it. I know Brett is in the house. Hey, Brett has a bajillion followers, and I'm sure, Brett, you've got some awesome hater stories too. It's good. All right. So the secret really to making this AI stuff work, I mean, I could say it's Metricool, right? Because Metricool is really going to help us, and I'm going to show you something brand new today in just a moment. I could say that it's another, social media platform like Lemonade or whatever. No, the secret is also not AI. If we use AI strategies and you miss this secret, you're going to create content like this, where people are going to say, "You're boring me to death. I'm already dead. You're boring me back to death." You're going to become a zombie internet marketer, right? The secret is you. You have to actually show up and let your freak flag fly. Carol Burnett just turned 90 years old, which I think is so awesome. And she did what she did because she showed up and let her freak flag fly. Your weird plus AI magic is how you create content that stands out. Now, you may be saying, but I'm not weird. I just actually got this gift from my son. Watch. Can you actually go full screen for me for just a second, Innocent? Is that possible?
Yeah.
I just saw this morning, so this is my first time sharing this. So Charlie made me this little bag for Mother's Day. It has like a picture of us on it, right? Really cute. It says Happy Mother's Day. And then can I show you what it says at the bottom? Happy Mother's Day. Weird. So we have this phrase in our family, which is weird is wonderful. I'm so glad that it even made it into my Mother's Day card, you guys.
I love that.
I'm like, I'm going to save that for the rest of my life. So really, if you're having a hard time figuring out what your weird is, this is where like we can help you with that. We're not going to dive too deep into it today just because of time. And I want to show you all the Metricool stuff, but just type the word weird below and I'll reach out and get you. I have a video on how to find out what your weird is. It may be that you're really calm and collected. It may be that you're kooky like I am, but it's yours. That's the most important thing. So just type the weird below. I'll search all of the videos for you. Okay. Now, when it comes to creating content, in the past, we got caught in this thing called the content creation trap. And this is something that I actually learned at the Gen AI conference that Jasper put on back in February. And the way they explained it is this, is when we were creating content before AI, we had these 5 phases: ideation, which we didn't have very much time for; research, which we also didn't have very much time for; creation, which took a lot of time; then editing and distribution. Now that we have these AI tools and these systems and these awesome things like Metricool, this is an idea of what it may look like for you and your team. Now, I love to dream and to think of new ideas. So I'm going to spend way more time on the ideation. I'm going to spend way more time on the research, like digging into the tools that I love, digging into the stats, things like that. And then I'm going to spend just a little bit of time on the creation piece. And I'm going to show you this today because some of you are going to be like, I can't go that fast. You can. I have faith in you. And then we're going to spend more time on the editing and more time on the distribution. The other thing that we're going to be able to spend more time on is actually talking to human beings, the real AI differentiator. This is what's going to allow you to go pew at a lightning pace, right? So first thing though, we're going to slow down to speed up and we're going to step aboard the content cruise. So this content cruise starts with what I call the social triangle. And also, I just thought of something too. Aniston, will you do me a favor? If we have any questions that come up, I would love if you're here watching and you have any questions as I dig really deep into this, like the technical stuff here, just type a Q in the chat in front of your question. And that'll help Aniston and I to be able to see where those questions are. So a Q and then write the actual question there and we'll come back to them.
Yes, okay. Make sure to answer all the questions at the end. So make sure to stay until the end to get your question answered.
Hello. Yes. And I don't want to stop too much as we're going through it because I've got a lot to cover, but that's a great point. We'll stay at the end and answer questions. I like it. So good. Okay. So the key to really getting this content to actually work on these social media platforms, the key is what I call the social triangle. And here's what it is. It's these 3 pieces. And if you've heard the triangle before, say love it in the chat, because I could talk about this all day. It is so important. The first thing is that you have to show up on these platforms. If you or your team are not showing up on the platform, it's going to be really hard to get results. Now, luckily, with Metricool's auto lists, you don't actually have to show up all the time. You can schedule it ahead of time. It's magic. The next thing is you have to actually go where your ideal client is. So, this is a part of what I call your star tasks. It's like internet networking. You're going to find places online where your ideal client is spending time. We call these awareness playgrounds. Now, I also frequent many in-person awareness playgrounds. Like I just got back from speaking at Digital Marketer. I am randomly using my Digital Marketer mug today. So I go to things in person. Like Aniston and the team came to our event. That was an awareness playground in real life. So this doesn't just work online. It works in real life as well.
Yeah.
Online, you can do it really quickly. Like how much time did you guys spend here? You spent like several hours here, right?
Yeah. Which was so amazing to be able to talk to actual humans in person rather than through a screen, which is very, important.
Well, and I mean, I would say, I don't know about you, but for me, having you guys here for the event, there were questions that came from our mastermind members that I wouldn't have thought of. And, I had spoken to someone on the team several times about this feature that I was really wanting. And having you here made me realize you had a different version of it that was even better than what I wanted. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And so, like sometimes we only really find those things out when we get out and we talk to our clients. So for us, we go into like Facebook groups or excuse me, or even on a video like this, like there's a bunch of us here. Oh my gosh, like Be Human Brand. Who are you? I need to know you. That's an awesome name of a YouTube account, right? Diana Sabatino is here and she runs the eWomen Network here in Orange County. It's a great example of an awareness playground. The tricky thing is when it's in-person events, they're a little longer, right? Which I love, but it takes more time. When you're doing this online, you can spend like 5 minutes and get it done, 20 minutes and get it done. The third piece is the platform. Now, what happens when you show up and you actually reply to people's questions or you comment on people's posts is that you're telling the algorithm, show my stuff to more people like this. You're also telling the humanism, I just capitalize on my own lisp. You're telling the humanism that you're connected to that person. So when you comment on their posts, a notification shows up that says like, hey, Diana Sabatino commented on your post, right? The other thing is the platform wants us to keep people on the platform longer. So if we are posting a bunch of links, the chances are that our organic reach is actually going to go down. Instead of posting a bunch of links in every single post, what we want to do is we want to actually post content that is set to inspire conversation. So we want to post things that it drives engagement. And guess what? Metricool is going to help us to do that and help us to track it as well so we can see which posts are working. Okay, so once you have these three things in place, this is called the social triangle. Your organic reach will start to increase. Now, if this feels like, oh, I've heard it before, or okay, that's like basic. Yeah, it's basic, but it's not commonly practiced. So I just want to show you some ways that you can actually put it into action. If you go on LinkedIn right now, they have this new option where they are taking AI content, they're creating AI content, and they give you the chance to go comment as a human on the AI content. And then your friends and your community members and strangers can upvote your opinions on the AI content. This is exactly what I'm talking about. We're going to use AI to create stuff en masse, but the thing that really matters is you and your opinion. What do you stand for? And if you're not clear on that, your content is not going to be successful. Okay, so look out for these on LinkedIn. They're really cool. And this is what happens. It shows you like a piece of text that was written by AI. And then Judy Fox is the one who told me about this. You can then come in here and give your own opinion. It's really, really awesome.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah. Okay. And if you're thinking like, yeah, common practices, but whatever, I'm not going to do it. This strategy was featured in Jay Abraham and Rich Schefren's book called Getting Everything You Can Out of All That's Hot Online. And I just like to highlight this. If you don't know who Jay Abraham and Rich Schefren are, they're like the godfathers of digital marketing. And it's all these fancy people, like, this little guy named Russell Brunson, all these dudes, and then Molly Mahoney's Sparkle Pants are chapter number 7. So I promise you it works. This is the social triangle to generate 300K per month. We have done this time and time again. Okay. So that's like the general concept and how this kind of works. Now we're going to get into the nitty gritty. Are you ready for the nitty gritty?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. Drop nitty gritty in the chat if you're ready for it. And I would love to know what your nuggets are so far. Because each time you drop a nugget, you get entered to win this amazing book. All right. The first thing is you've got to know like who you are and who your business is. And so what you're going to write down is your company details, your product details, and your ideal client details. One other little piece that I include in the company details, which is not listed on here, is like your own personal bio if you are the face of your brand. Okay, so you want to have all that done. When you're using a tool like ChatGPT or Jasper, has a really great chat feature as well. You load all of this information into the AI assistant first. So, if you're already using an AI chat tool, just type chat in the chat. So I know kind of where we're at comfortability wise. If you have not used ChatGPT or Jasper, or if you're not using it on a regular basis, if you can just say not yet, then I'll kind of know where we're at. And I'm going to show you something really cool that is going to streamline the process even further. It's magic. Okay, amazing. So we're going to give it all that information ahead of time, just like you would onboard a new client. I have a whole course on this, but really just take this information, load it in, and now you've seasoned your AI assistant. You've onboarded them. Okay, from there, what we're going to do is we are going to identify buying beliefs. So many people miss this. Like when they're creating their Instagram content, they will go in and say, oh, I'm going to find my content pillars, and it'll be things like social media strategies, pretend cruises, family, and AI. Like, let's say those are my pillars. That's cool. And I think we should have like a robust version of who we are as human beings and as a business. But never once did we talk about actual buying beliefs within those pillars. We are creating content in order to inspire people into action. Mm-hmm. We are creating content in order to inspire people to take action. That means we need to address the following beliefs. And we call this your tree of beliefs because it's like you're sprinkling little seeds all around your social media platforms. I mean, you may have 4 likes on a post, but those 4 likes may actually be the people who finally believe that it's possible to get results when they pay you $1 million. Right? So I'm not paying attention to the vanity metrics as much as I am who is actually engaging here and getting their belief transformed, right? We're here to create a transformation. So the first thing is, why me? Why would this human being care about the results that you provide? Why this? Because we know you're not the only person who solves the problem that you solve. They could go a million different places to find that solution. Why is your type of solution important? If you're a coach or if you're a coach, why would they want to come to a coach? If you sell a specific type of product, why would they want that product? And then why you? Why is it valuable for them to work with you and your brand and your company? And then why now? And this is both in terms of the client's current state, like where they're at. Like if their kids are getting ready to graduate and they're about to be an empty nester, that's a completely different situation than someone who has a preschooler or that someone who doesn't have kids at all, right? Completely different. Also, why now in the global sense of the world? Okay. So the why now is really, really valuable and important. And why not? So why not is where we get to squish the objections to purchasing from you. So they may say, I don't have enough time. We need to make sure that we show them that what we're doing actually saves them time. Mm-hmm. Or we say, you're right, this may take more time up front, like with batch content creation, which we do with Metricool. It does take more time up front, but it's going to save you so much time in the long run, right? So we would talk about that. I also just noticed sometimes I get really excited and maybe I've been yelling a little bit, but it's just because I'm excited.
No, you're clear and pronunciating perfectly. It sounds great.
How are we doing so far? Is this great?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Now, with coming up with this tree of beliefs, it's one of my favorite things to do because of my background as an actor. I love to get in and be like, okay, let's figure out the psyche of our ideal client. And sometimes people will say to me like, oh my gosh, how do you do that? And I'm like, it's just because I'm used to creating characters and I love to understand what makes people tick. Well, guess what? You don't need me anymore. JK, I'm still really, really good at it, but I also give you a way to get started. So I'm going to go through this super quick because the next thing that I'm going to show you is my most favorite part of this whole presentation. But this, I'm going to go super quick through this. These are prompts that you can use with something like ChatGPT or Jasper Chat in order to identify your tree of beliefs. Remember, you have to know who you are, you have to know who you serve, and you have to know how you help them before you do this. And now, here we go. Why me? Create a list of personal reasons that list your ideal client would have for wanting to the result that you provide. So, like for me, create a list of personal reasons that an entrepreneur who's a hot mess mom and loves Disney would have for wanting to grow their business, right? And I might have some other versions of my ideal client, but that's like one vertical of my ideal client. Okay. I also may say, because one of our top amazing human clients is Dr. E, who I mentioned now has 400 bajillion followers on TikTok. I may say, create a list of personal reasons that a nurse practitioner who's launching a coaching business would have for wanting to grow that business. And it's going to give me a whole bunch of reasons, which we're going to use to create content. Okay. We're looking to instill and stretch beliefs. Okay. I'm going to go really fast with the rest of them. You can screenshot it. This is the why this belief. This is the why you belief. This is the why now belief. And this is the why not belief. So you can come back, screenshot this, come back, watch this again, and take these prompts and just put them straight into your favorite AI chat assistant and create a list of topics that you can then use to create content. Make sense? Questions so far? Aniston, you're good?
Yes.
Okay, amazing. So now we move into step 2. Remember, everything that we just did, that's the foundations. Now we're actually going to start creating our content. So in step 2, in our batch content creation system, we create one-liners. And if you're in the content club, this is what we do. This is like our foundation. So drop the word club below because, you know, I love to connect with my club. What we do is we create these one-liner graphics and quote cards and even just text-only posts to create a light bulb moment because we've matched, we've instilled, or we've stretched a belief. Okay, so now here, this is the new magic. Metricool allows you to write and schedule your one-liners.
Woo!
It is amazing. So we're going to pop into Metricool. And I'm going to show you here in the planning section, you'll see like a calendar if you have content scheduled to come out. And I really do a mix of content that is created ahead of time and then also content that is live in the moment content. Mm-hmm. And so you'll see we have some stuff that's scheduled to go out. When we go into the auto lists, this is where it gets really, really, really cool. Okay, so you're going to come in here and then you're going to click new auto list. Now, I'm going to make an auto list of some sort of belief. So I'm going to take one of those beliefs and I'm going to create a bunch of content around that belief. So let's say the belief that I shared earlier is the fact that batch creating content will actually save you more time in the long run. I'm going to write that in here, and then we're going to create a bunch of one-liners that help to instill that belief. So I'm going to say the name of this is going to be time batching. That's like a weird word. Okay. And then I'm going to select where do I want this to be published. Now notice I can select Facebook. I can select Twitter. I can select Instagram, right? I can select all of these different things. Well, watch this. If I decide I don't want this to go on Instagram as a regular post, I want it to go as an Instagram story. Watch what I can do. Come down here. It says post. I can go and I can change it to a story. So I could schedule Instagram posts, Instagram stories, or Instagram reels with this. I can add it to LinkedIn. I can add it to my Google My Business profile if I want to do that. I can add it to Pinterest, TikTok, all of these things. Okay. Now, within here, there's also different presets you can do on Facebook. I can change it to either a post or a reel. And one of the things that I love so much about Metricool is that it, as you probably know, reels show up in a different place than regular posts. And in the past, this was a really big issue with all content schedulers because they weren't able to read the stats on Reels. Well, I'll come back and show you in a bit. Metricool, I'm telling you, is the top at actually recognizing the importance of Reels. I showed you we had that reel that Facebook paid us $30,000 for. If you don't think Facebook is trying to prioritize Reels, you are on another planet. So I'm just so grateful that Metricool put such a priority to this. So Aniston, thank you for that.
You're welcome. I wish I could say I designed this product, but I just work here.
Okay, the whole team at Metricool, I love you and I thank you. Okay, so in here, and shout out to Rachel Peterson because she's the one who told me. So I love you, Rachel, too. All right. So in here, then we're going to decide on where do we actually want this this to go out. Now I'm going to change this. I'm going to make this. How about if I do a reel and stories? Because I want to make sure if I'm going to do these, I don't want them to be totally different like sizes. If I do a post, it can be a square. If it's a story, it needs to be profile. So I need to make sure that the size is kind of the same if I really want to make the most out of this without having to do too much work. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, great. Amazing. So then I'm going to go in here. I'm going to pick the time. Let's say I'm going to schedule this for 1 o'clock this afternoon because it's almost 1 o'clock here. Okay. And then I'm going to decide what's today. Today's Thursday. Let's say I'm going to put this on Thursday and Friday. Okay, perfect. Now, I could set more times than that if I wanted different times, but for right now, let's just say I'm going to do that. Great. Now down here, let's say that I used the process that I used to use last week for batch creating content, which I'll show you in a moment, where you use a tool like Jasper to create a bunch of content. You download it as a CSV. I could load that as a CSV in here, which would work super well. However, I don't even need to do that. I can do this. Add post with AI. Watch. I'm going to go here. What do I want to talk about? I'm going to say the fact that batch your workload into time blocks may feel like more work, but it actually saves you time in the long run. Now, I don't want every single post here to be about social media because that's going to get a little old if every day I'm talking about social media, the social media belief. I'm going to give it some examples, and this may be a little too much for it, but we're going to see what happens. So I'm going to say, for example, or i.e. batch creating social media content. What else would you say? Or like meal prepping, right? That could be an idea. Those are some examples. Okay, now I'm going to go with medium text length for this. And for right now, I'm going to do 10 because I really want these posts. So I'm going to do 10 posts, which is going to take us a little more time. And that's going to be okay because I have other things to show you. We're going to hit generate text. And what's going to happen here is it is going to write me 10 posts. And to the question that came in earlier, yes, I get to look at these posts before they actually go out. Now, Aniston, can you answer a question for me? When it says available uses 45 out of 50, can you talk to me about that?
Oh, yes. Okay. So basically so there's the limits of how many times you can use the AI generator each month. So it depends on the plan, but you can use this in the free plans and you get 3 uses a month. So with that, you can have up to—
Wait a minute. Even in the free plan, you can do this?
Yes.
Okay. Hold up, you guys. I'm like going to cry. So I see that people are saying they didn't know this existed. It's brand new. Here's my real question about this. If someone has the free plan, can they make 25 posts with that one time?
That is a great question. I will get back to you on that.
You know what I also just realized I did not do? Dang it. I used one of my times. I've got to be careful with this because I want to make sure I'm careful on how many of those I use. I forgot to change the tone, and I don't usually speak in a formal tone, but I used a formal tone, but you can mix it up into all these different things. So I probably never would have selected formal if I didn't do it on accident, which is probably a good thing for me. So this is mind-blowing, BT dubs, because you can get this in the free version. And then you're probably going to want to use it more than that. So you're probably going to want to upgrade because of all the awesome things that it does. But let's just look at this. Okay. Have you ever felt like Taking too much, taking on too much will actually cost you more time. Batching your workload into time blocks may seem like extra effort, but it's well worth it in the end. Hashtag productivity tip. Struggling to find time to stay organized? Try batching your workload into separate blocks for maximum efficiency. Organization goals. I mean, is this amazing or is this amazing?
Yes.
Amazing.
So I just found out
Okay.
for choosing the number of posts, that would just be for the premium plans.
Okay.
You can still utilize the AI text generator for 3 times a month, and that will generate 5 text ideas.
If I was your business coach, I would have told you to do that. So I'm so glad. Okay. So that means you can create 15 posts a month for free.
Yes.
Which is pretty awesome. Okay. So now watch this. I'm going to click use. So I've got 10 of these here. Now at this point, remember my little content creation trap? I'm not editing yet. I'm just creating. I'm not going to judge these yet. I'm going to go through here. I'm going to click use text. Now, what happens next is so cool. Okay. So now I can come in here. I'm like dancing around my office because I'm so excited and I'm going to like trip myself on my stool, which is behind me. Now I can dance. Okay. So now I've got all these posts here, but you'll see there's an error because Facebook Reel needs at least one video. Instagram needs at least one image or video, right?
Yeah.
If I want to change that, I can come change it up here. And truth be told, I wouldn't post batching more than once a week. I would do this as like a weekly post if this is one of the beliefs I really want to instill. And this will be a replay, right? We're not taking this down, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
This will live on our channel forever, so you can always come back and watch it.
Amazing. Okay. Watch what you can do. I love that you give us these errors. You tell us, wait a minute, this isn't right for the platform. So then you come over here. Are you ready? You click this little guy on the bottom left. You can now upload a video, upload an image, upload stock images or stock videos. And you can even go to the GIF gallery. So watch this. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to search my own name because I'm a prepared performer. I have all of these GIFs already searchable in here.
Amazing.
If you saw my Brussels sprout thing in my costume, it's because our favorite post is Brussels sprouts, yes or no. So we have a GIF about that. But I could then grab a GIF and bring that into this as well. For the purpose of time, I'm going to go to stock videos and I'm going to go here and I'm going to look at the orientation because it's amazing. Can I change this?
Orientation, yes.
How? I don't see. Let's see if I go here. So let's say I want to talk about time. So I'm going to just write the word time.
So
great.
I think to select the video first. And
well, it looks like when I did time, it let me change it.
Oh,
look at that. Okay, so I want this to be portrait because I'm going to do this as a story or a reel. So I'm going to go portrait and it's going to give me a bunch of portrait. And tell me about the rights to use these things. If you're freaking out, type freaking out. Aniston, how do I have rights to use this?
So we pull all of our stock images and videos from Pexels. And GIFs though, I think it's from Giphy.
It's Giphy. Yeah.
So these are all royalty-free images, videos, GIFs that you can use.
Like the easiest thing you've ever done, right? Yeah. Freaking out. Okay, so then here I could be like this. Have you ever felt like taking on too much will actually cost you more time? Batching your workload into time blocks may seem like extra effort, but it's well worth it in the end. Now, I may want to change this a little bit. And the text, I'm not sure exactly how the text would show up in the story. Do you know how that works?
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Actually, I have that question because I know that you can edit the story, but as far as the text, I'm not sure exactly how that appears.
So the story thing just came out, so I haven't actually played with it all that much. So I'm going to change these back to posts, and I'm going to show you what happens with posts. Because when you do this as a post, do I need to refresh this? No, I'm going to change this. Okay, watch. When I do this as a post, I'm going to go here, and I'm just going to add an image, and I'm going to go to my own computer, and I'm going to type in my name and pull up a picture of myself. Because what makes content work really well? Your own weird. So I'm going to pull up an AI version of me. Okay. So now this post is ready to go. Right now, keep in mind also, you may need to edit this, and I may need to refresh it because I've changed it 17 times. But here, this guy, now that I just changed it, I've probably solved the problem. Boop, shoot, remove. I'm breaking the laws of the world. So let me try a different one. So here, I'm going to grab this and I'm going to go image. And then I'm going to select an image of myself again. Maybe this other weird AI image here. Watch this. Struggling to find the time to stay organized. Try batching your workload into separate time blocks for maximum efficiency. Even Cleopatra time blocked. Okay. Now, watch. When we look at this post, can I see the post? How do I preview it?
Yes, I click on the 3 dots, and then if you edit the image, you'll be able to see it.
Okay. So that's what the actual image is, weird AI photo that I probably wouldn't use. But I love this, that we can actually really edit the photo right here.
Yes.
Like the contrast, the saturation. I could make this like more washed out or dark. Inside the tool, you guys. Like, you don't need anything else.
No.
It's what is happening inside the actual tool? You can do all of this. You can add stickers here. What is actually happening? Thank you, Cleopatra. Amazing. Seriously amazing. Okay.
So
I could go on for hours.
For those of you who are dropping comments and freaking out, we just launched auto publishing Instagram stories. So you can now upload your stories and let the tool auto publish them for you, thanks to API or Instagram's API updates. So this is huge, and we're so excited about it.
Like, actual game changer. I love that everyone's freaking out as much as I am, because it is the coolest thing ever. Really good question is, and I actually had a question about this the other day, where it's, can you preview how everything will look on each platform before you post it?
Yes. So when you're inside the planner, you aren't able to, I don't think you're able to preview in Autolist, but
but I can save this. So like really quick before that, I can save this here. This can be saved. I don't have to publish it right away. If I was just going to post this on Facebook, so like, let's say, or just Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter, I don't need images. This is all ready to go. Yeah. I can post this as text automatically. So I did this the other day for LinkedIn, because I don't post on LinkedIn very often. And I have engagement happening on my LinkedIn now. And it took me literally 5 minutes, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, actually 5 minutes. That's not an exaggeration.
And for those of you who are wondering what the heck auto lists are.
Oh, great point. Thank you.
This is a way to have repurposed content that goes through a cycle. So you can choose to turn the auto list into a repeated cycle, and you can, add as many posts as you want to the auto list. So for example, if you post on Twitter and you want to keep, some evergreen content posted, you can choose the time and day that you want it to post, and it'll just go from the list down the list and then recycle it. So it's great for, staying active across all platforms.
And let me just speak to that for a moment, because this is something that we've been doing for a really long time. And I see a question, does using a tool like this affect your reach? 1000% it does not affect your reach. So let me just show you an example here. We have a few posts that we had in something like an auto list. And if you look at my timeline photos, you'll see, I've got to go back a little bit in time because we changed it recently. But there was one post of me in this shirt that said Team Love on it. We have posted it so many times, and it gets so much engagement every time. Yes. So when we go back, and it's the exact same post, like actually the exact same post. So you have to make sure that it's evergreen. Let me see if I can find it. But it was like, it's me. Tell me if you see a picture, a selfie of me in a shirt that says Team Love. Well, this is another example. This one is our top performing post of all time. Every time that but not on each individual post, concurrently, because I've posted it so many times. But this is on my business page, and every time I post it, it gets like 30 likes, and then the reach goes up, because we know that even though I have, like whatever, 20,000 followers, they're not seeing all of my content and they need to see it again. Like when you're learning how to dance, do we have any dancers here? Aniston, did you take dance ever in your life?
I'm a soccer player.
Okay. Well, I love Ted Lasso. So let's talk about soccer.
Yeah.
So like, what would be something that like, do you dribble in soccer practice? Is that something that you do? Would you just learn how to dribble once? No, someone would teach you it again and again, and they'd explain it to you again and again and again. They'd have to, these beliefs are things that we have to create in their newsfeed again and again and again and again.
Plus,
so you can go ahead.
How customizable this is, you can repurpose it and tweak it to update it with, newer content or just change it to align more with your audience at that moment, which is awesome.
Because I can come back to these. If I go into here, this one I just did recently as well for LinkedIn. Look, I created 22 posts for LinkedIn, but I can come back in here and I can edit them so that when it recycles, it's going to create a new version. Like I could even just come back in here and do this. This one's already posted in the past. I can come back, hit the little robot and do it again.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't want to waste my credits, but I could. Right. Okay. What were you, we were going to talk about one other thing on the, how to see it in the, how to see the example.
Feed previews. Yes. So when you go to schedule a post, so if you open up the planner,
where should I go? New post.
So yeah, create new post and then, upload your content, or even if you just choose a stock image, there on the side, you'll see how it pulls up the post. And if you click on the Instagram feed, it's
showing you exactly what it looks like in the Instagram feed.
Yeah. There also should be an option to show it with your actual feed.
Here you do post and feed.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
I did not know this existed.
Yes, you can see what it will look like with your feed, which is amazing.
The problem is the size that I chose is wrong, so I need to fix it.
Oh,
which I love that you tell us that.
Yes, Metricool will tell you all of the errors that you have before posting, so you don't have any errors before posting. And if you go to,
but look, that is like my actual feed, and it shows me the what it's actually going to look like.
And this is populated to not just content that's scheduled in Metricool. This will populate all of your, even if you posted manually or whatever.
Like I posted this reel this morning from my phone without even telling Kendra. Sorry, Kendra. Right? Amazing.
So yeah, it's awesome.
Amazing. Okay. I would love, like, I know we only have like 5 minutes left and I have to get to a high school. I have a million other strategies in here that we could cover, but I really wanted to make sure that we got to this. So, let me see. I think what I should do, what would be the best thing to do in the next 5 minutes, do you think?
Let's answer a few questions, maybe ones that haven't got answered. There was a few that I pinned.
Can you hide my screen for just a moment, and then I'll sneak ahead to some other little final nuggets in here. Okay, yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Questions.
So this one is, does Metricool show posts we created before we joined them or only posts scheduled with them? So just as I showed you just as we showed in the preview feed, you will be able to see all your scheduled posts in the calendar. But for example, if you didn't schedule all of your content, you'll still be able to see those feed previews and pull in those analytics. So the analytical data pulls in all of your account information, not just scheduled posts in Metricool.
Which is amazing.
I love it. Let's see. Well, this is for you probably, but how often do you repurpose?
Oh, yes. Okay, I love this. So when I first started doing this thing where I was like actually just reposting the same posts, I was a little bit nervous about it. And I would get scared and delete posts because I thought they had come out too soon. So what I actually love to do is have, in a perfect world, to have 3 months of content before I actually repost it. And what I'll do is at the end of each month, I'll go back, because we didn't even talk about this, but Metricool has, maybe you can show my screen again.
Yeah.
Metricool has the coolest, most amazing analytics on the actual planet.
Yes.
So I would come back into Instagram, let's say, where am I going? And I'd go in here and I'd see like, okay. And remember, like when we're looking at stats, there's a lot that goes into this. So I'm really big about not paying attention to vanity metrics. I will tell you, like to show you how much I don't care about vanity metrics, our followers have gone down a bunch recently, but we are expecting that because I did a bunch of like sponsored posts to grow things, some ads and things like that. And then I decided to stop doing that and focus on serving the 22,000 people that are here. So I know that we're going to have some things drop off because we're not actively focused on growing our Instagram at the moment. So make sure that when you're looking at your stats, you know what you want to see happening. And then is it actually happening? So then I can go in here and I can look and I can find all this information out, right? It looks so cool. And I can come in and I can go to the list of my posts and I can see, I mean, you can see very clearly this post got 257 likes, 268 saves. What? So then I need to go back in and be like, okay, what's happening? I should do more of that.
Yes.
If I have posts that are getting no engagement, I can take them out of my auto list.
Mm-hmm.
So I do that every month. We review things. And then at the end of 3 months, that's when you can just start reposting and just adding in a few more things. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I also see, does Metricool suggest like times and how many things to post and that kind of stuff?
Yes. Okay. So this one, does Metricool suggest how many posts we should post per day or give some tips and advice? So we have a really cool feature inside of our planning section that gives you the best times for your audience. So when you see an overview of the calendar, you'll see the best times. So the squares that are darker are less optimal times.
The best times on Facebook are from 4 a.m. to 9 p.m.
And when you click into that too, you can toggle on an exact percentage. So this shows you kind of an exact percentage of when your followers are more active.
Where is that?
Those optimal posts, optimal times. So if you go back to the planner and in that drop-down menu, the best times, then you can active followers, show percentage. Yeah, you can see.
That is so cool. I did not know this.
Yes. So this is available for Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and TikTok, I believe.
Amazing.
Yes.
Seriously, so cool. I love it. Okay. And I know that also some people are like, I saw some people saying like, how do I find more? How do I find more? So since we didn't get a chance to go through everything, I actually have an extra thing that I would love to tell you. I have a video that I did this weekend inside my Facebook group. Is it okay if I share where that is?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So I'm just going to show it to you also because we changed the name of our group recently, which is kind of cray. Watch this. It's Elevate Your Awesome is the URL, but it's called Create Content, Get Clients, Organic Social Video and AI with Molley Mahoney, which is a little crazy. But inside here, we did this video on the 13th where I showed even more about how we repurpose our video content and all that kind of stuff. I talked a tiny bit about Metricool there, but like it's really the system behind it. So if you join this group, you'll be able to see that there. And then I also have this last little tip, which is you need to actually talk to human beings, yo. So as we're winding this up, remember posting content is only half of the battle. You have to talk to humans. And I know that is scary for some of you. So I would love to inspire you to see how I have been doing this for the past several years. I've taken my top 100 top performing written organic social posts for you to use as inspiration. And I also put together a full guide of ChatGPT prompts. Now, I want to tell you it's not 1,000 prompts because you wouldn't have time to read it. It's a shorter amount of prompts that you actually can use. There's a video strategy in here. All of those why me, why this, why now, whatever, those things are in here so you can copy and paste them. All the tree of belief stuff in here. And if you want it, this is what we're going to do. You go to my Instagram, like we talked about, and you're going to message me on Instagram. My Instagram is The Prepared Performer. Message me on Instagram with the word human. So when you type the word just human, don't write human with lots of exclamation points like I would, or like, give me the human. Like, just type only the word human, and our very not human messenger bot will reply to you. But then Kendra and I and Kyle and our team will be there in case you have any other questions. This is also a really cool way that we use Instagram. Like when I said the vanity metrics don't matter that much to me, I want to make sure we're having real conversations with people. This is a really great strategy for doing that. So yeah, and that is our AI authority system, all in about an hour.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we just hit exactly an hour. That is awesome.
Oh my gosh, 1 hour and 5 seconds. I'm so proud of us.
So once again, if you haven't already, you can create your free account at metrocool.com. And also if you use code Molley, you can try any Metricool premium plan, 30 days for free. So why not? Why not? Do it now and go try it. We have some amazing new features like scheduling and auto publishing Instagram stories, which we're so excited about.
I love these comments like, take my money, Metricool, throwing credit cards in your face. And actually, Alex is wondering, or Alex, oh my gosh, it's just because I know you, Axel, who is German. He's wondering, is this available in German? I know that you guys are based in Spain, right? It's like,
yes. So it's currently not available in German, but we have English, Spanish, and French. So available in those 3 languages. Oh, are you saying in the actual country?
Well, that is what I was also wondering. Do you mean in the German language, sprechen Sie Deutsch, Metricool, or do you mean like in Germany? Can you get it? I think he means in German because it would be in Germany, right? Like, so I think I think it means in the language of German, right?
Yes. Right now we don't have German, but that might change.
That's a great request, I believe. Amazing. And then there was, the nugget winner. We need to pick the nugget winner.
Yeah.
Aniston, do you know how I pick the nugget winner?
No.
Okay, I sing. Is that okay if I just sing a little song to wind us down? I love that you go along with all my crazy. Okay, so drop your favorite nugget right now. Aniston, do you ever bring the comments up on the screen when you're here, like showing them on the screen? Because that's kind of fun to do for this. You hit the overlay on the top of the chat.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even know that.
It's really cool. I don't leave it up all the time, but if we do, like, drop all your favorite nuggets right now and I'll scroll through and pick one of them. And then I have to run out the door to get to this high school situation. You guys, today's my last day teaching at the high school. Oh. I taught social media marketing world the whole year. Social media marketing world. I did not teach social media marketing world. I taught social media marketing. We were at social media marketing world together. Okay. The nuggets, there were so many nuggets earlier, and now Heather's going to be the only winner. Okay, I see them coming in. Heather, I think you win a book just for being our first nugget commenter. So Heather, email me at Molley@thepreparedperformer. We'll send you a book, but we've got more coming in now. Ooh. Okay, so here's what I do. I'm going to sing, and then I'm going to move my my mouse around, and when it stops, that's the winner. Okay,
perfect.
Here we go. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Okay, I got it. The nugget is, nugget, be weird. Danielle Itura. Weird. Be weird is the nugget. I love it. Awesome. Danielle Itura, email me at Molley@thepreparedperformer .com and send us your mailing address and we will mail you a book in the mail.
Yay.
Yay. So awesome. Amazing.
Thank you again, Molley. This was so amazing. I just miss you and love hearing your voice, and
I miss you too.
Your amazing voice. I feel like I was just serenaded.
I'm so glad that we got to connect here again. We got to do this more often.
Yes.
Super amazing.
Have a great day, great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much for joining us. Bye.